Okay, today 13.2 angles and parallel lines. The first two vocab that we have, the first word is transversal. Say transversal.
Transversal.
Much better than the Pythagorean theorem, so good job. And corresponding angles. Now, when we look down here, it says a transversal is a line that intersects two or more lines at different points. So which one of these lines down here, is it line T, M, or N? Which one of those lines would be your transversal? Blurt it. I didn't hear you.
T.
Yes, excellent. T, this line is your transversal right here because it intersects two or more lines at different points, here and here. Now, corresponding angles then, this transversal, by intersecting both of those lines, makes corresponding angles. Two angles that occupy corresponding points when a transversal intersects two lines. Well, basically what that is if I were to take this 1, 2, 3, 4, and I grab the whole thing and I would just slide it down over top of 5, 6, 7, and 8, which ones would match which? What is the corresponding angle to 1? The 5 would slide down and match. The corresponding angle to 3? 7. Corresponding angle to 2? And the corresponding angle to 4? Right. So if we were just to slide them on top of them, those are the ones that match. They are the corresponding ones. Make sense on that vocab part of it? All right. Now for the other two vocab, we have alternate interior angles. And interior means what? What does the little interior means? Inside. Just like if you're an interior decorator, you decorate the insides of houses or buildings. Interior, inside. Alternate exterior angles, they're on the outside. And alternate, one, you have to alternate. One on both sides. And I'll point this out. Let's do the alternate interior angles first. So, if I have my transversal right here, there's my transversal. Now, I need to pick, you have to look in between the lines that we have here. We have our parallel lines right here. Use red. And you kind of have to tilt your head. I wish I could spin this around, but if I pick the number or angle number 4, notice that is on the inside of the two lines. I have the number 4. It's inside these two lines. What is the alternate interior? So we know alternate, it can't be on the same side. We have to alternate sides. And it's going to be which one? Is it going to be the 6 or the 5 for the alternate interior? Guess. What do you think it'll be? On opposite sides of the transversal. Opposite sides of the transversal, so it's going to be the 5. These are alternate interior. What's another group of alternate interior? There's one more set. The 3 and the 6. Those are the alternate interior because they're inside of these lines, all right? So those are the alternate interiors in the red. All right, let's do the alternate exteriors then. We'll do that in the green. So if I pick 7, see these are on the outsides now of the lines? If I pick these 7, what's the alternate exterior? Will it be the 1 or the 2? The dose. All right, the 2. Those are the matching ones. And then that leaves us with the 8 and the 1. Draw those on your notes, please, so you have those to understand which ones are which. All right. Now let's practice on this one. Example 1, in the diagram, line T is a transversal. Tell whether the angles are corresponding, are they alternate interior, or are they alternate exterior angles? Let's label them. Number 1, angles 1 and 5 are what? 1 and 5. Do the first test. If I were to slide this over, do they match? If I were to slide this set of 4 and slide it over here on top of this set, do 1 and 5 match?
Yeah.
They do, don't they? So we're pretty much done. We know that 1 and 5 are what? They are corresponding angles. All right, how about B, 2 and 7? We have the 2 and we have the 7. Now are they, if I were to slide them over, do they match up? No, so we know they are not, right, they are not corresponding. So that leaves us now, are they alternate interior or alternate exterior?
Interior.
They are interior because they are on the insides of these two lines. So they are alternate interior. For corresponding today, I'll let you abbreviate CORR, corresponding angle. Now let's go to angles 3 and 6. 3 and 6. Corresponding? Yes or no?
No.
Good answer. Alternate interior or alternate exterior?
Exterior.
Ooh, nice. Because they are on the outsides of these two lines, and they alternate, one on each side of the transversal. They are alternate exterior angles. Questions? Next page. Again, tell me now, are they corresponding, alternate interior, or alternate exterior? Now we go to the 4 and the 5. I'm going to erase this so we can see the 4 and the 5 we need to name now. What do you want to name the 4 and the 5? Raise your hand if you think corresponding. Raise your hand if you say alternate interior. Okay, I'm not even going to ask alternate exterior because you all voted for that one. So we are all correct. Alternate, oops, I almost did that. Alternate interior. Number 2, the 1 and the 8. The 1 and the 8. Raise your hand if you think it's corresponding. Alternate interior. Alternate interior. Just seeing if you're listening. Alternate exterior. There you go. You guys got it. Alternate exterior. And the last set, 4 and 8. 4 and 8. Raise your hand if you think it's corresponding. Wow, you guys are on fire. That is correct. They are corresponding angles. I think we have that down. Pretty easy, especially when you were listening. Nice job. Angles and parallel lines in the diagram. The transversal T intersects parallel, easy for me to say, parallel lines M and N. So here we have it right there. I want to know the corresponding angles to number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If I take these and I slide them down on top of these, which ones correspond to angle 1? We'll have angle, I didn't hear you.
5.
Much better. Could be a little better. Maybe this one. How about angle 2?
6.
What?
6.
Angle 6. Measure to angle 3 would be
7.
good. And the last one, the 4 would be the good. Now let's do the alternate interior angles. To measure 3. Alternate interior to 3 would be?
5.
Ooh, 5 or 6?
6.
I would go with 6, absolutely. Alternate interior would be the angle 6. So then to 4, it will be the angle 5. Perfect. Now the alternate exterior, angle 1. Alternate exterior to angle 1 would be angle. Yeah, right. You guys are just showing off the other classes now. Okay, angle 1 and angle 8. Nice job. And then how about the last one? Alternate exterior to 2 is angle 7. Nicely done. Now this, I like this, but I want to, yeah, I think we will fill in the boxes here, so I have to write it bigger, but I think it should be okay on your paper. I'm just going to make my pen smaller here. In the diagram, transversal T intersects parallel lines M and N. If M, the measure of angle 1, right here, equals 100 degrees, find the measure of the other numbered angles. That's all I need. I only need to know that one angle. I don't have to do equations. I don't have to do anything to figure out the rest of them. How? What should I do? Just by knowing number 1 is 100 degrees, what else do I know? You're saying 5 is 100 degrees? I would agree because angles 1 and 5 are what?
Corresponding.
They are corresponding angles. So we know they are equal. They are 100 degrees. How about measure of angle 4 equals what? 4
80 degrees.
Oh, I think in here, I'm going to erase this. I think in here's where they want us to put our degrees. Measure of angle 5 equals 100 degrees because 1 and 5 are corresponding. So what is the measure of angle 4? How many degrees is measure of angle 4? That will also be what?
100.
Nice. I think you maybe said that earlier. 100 degrees because 4 and 5 are what kind of angles?
Alternate interior.
Ooh, I heard vertical. I like that, whoever said that, because we're going to probably be needing that a little bit. Good job, Stan. All right. Now, what are these, though? 4 and 5, they're not vertical. They are alternate interior or exterior? Right, because they're on the insides of those parallel lines. They're alternate interior angles. Now, what does measure 8 equal? Savannah, what does measure 8 equal? 100 degrees. Now, they ask us because 1 and 8, what are 1 and 8? They are alternate exterior. But I like what Savannah said earlier. We could have known that number 8 is 100 degrees because what are 5 and 8? Those are vertical, so we know these two have to be 100 degrees. That's another way to figure it out. Measure of angle 2, what does that equal? Measure of angle 2, I think I heard it. 80 degrees. And how do you get that? Because 1 and 2, what are 1 and 2? Corresponding? No? Good guess. Yes, they're supplementary. See here, this flat line? They make this straight angle. So if this one's 100, this one has to be 80 degrees. They are supplementary angles. What's the measure of angle 6 then? We know these are now what? 80 degrees. And 7, we know the rest of them then are 80 degrees. So angle 6 is 80 degrees, 3 is 80 degrees, and 7 is 80 degrees. Let's name them. What are 2 and 6 to each other? Let me erase this so we can see the numbers better. What are 2 and 6 to each other? Yes, they are corresponding. Excellent. What are 3 and 6 to each other? 3 and 6 are louder. I think I heard it. Alternate,
Exterior.
I'm hearing both. Is it alternate interior or alternate exterior?
Interior.
Interior, because they're on the inside of the lines. Alternate interior. And how about 2 and 7? 2 and 7. Blurt it.
Exterior.
Alternate,
Exterior.
good. Alternate exterior. Questions? You have it all labeled, hopefully. Good. Let's do this now. You guys have this already drawn on yours? I'm making mine bigger. If we know the measure of angle 2 right here, they're telling us that that is 85 degrees. 85 degrees. We can label everything else in degrees. Give me some other angles that would be 85 degrees. Bethany, give me one. 3 would be 85 degrees. Good. Another one. Manny.
Number 680.
Number what? Number 6 would be 85 degrees. Any more? Blurt it. Which one?
7.
7 would be 85 degrees. These are all vertical, so we know they have to be equal. Now, how am I going to figure out the remainder? How am I going to figure out what these are? They're vertical, they're all the same. We just need to figure out what they are. How do I do it? Okay.
180 minus 85.
180 minus 85. You are absolutely correct, because these are what kind of angles? Supplementary here. And what do I have left over?
95.
Thank you. Excellent. So these, the rest of them are all 95 degrees. And that works because these lines are parallel. Finding the value of a variable. Now here's where we get to have the fun. You get to put the variable in there. Find the value of x that makes line M and N parallel. And over here it says if a transversal intersects two lines so that the corresponding angles have the same measure, then the lines are parallel. Well, what do I know about this diagram? What do I know about this and this? What do I know about those two measures? 42 degrees and 3x plus 15. They're what? They're equal? So let's see. The labeled angles in the diagram are corresponding angles. Lines M and N are equal when the measures are what? So how should I set that up? 3x plus 15. These are just like we were talking about today in our homework, 26, 27, and 28 in our book. 3x plus 15 equals what? If they're parallel, this will work. So let's see. What do I need to do first to solve this equation? Subtract 15 from both sides. Now I have 3x equals what? Come on, what do I have? 42 minus 15 is?
27.
Thank you. 20 what?
7.
Divide both sides by?
3.
What does x equal? X equals 9. So we solve for x. Does that mean if I put, what is 3 times 9? 27 plus 15, does that equal 42? Yes, it does. So we know those lines are parallel because they do equal each other. Your assignment. page 718. I want you to do 1 through 14. And then I want you to do the numbers 19, 20, 25, 26, and 27, please. That's due tomorrow.